whole concept of addiction has expanded greatly. And that's really what I wanted to explore is how did we get to this situation where more and more things are at least potentially addictive? Limbic capitalism is basically capitalism's evil twin. There's an extra set of special problems around addiction that characterize limbic capitalism. If you go back to, say, the end of the 19th century, the beginning of the 20th century, you had limbic capitalist products. I mean, you had packages of cigarettes, the slot machine. But what digitization has done is it's really intensified that. Number one, there are more things, more commercial vices that are available online, like drugs, for example, or pornography. But also the devices themselves have become almost fetish objects that have totally taken over our lives, especially the lives of young people. The really insidious thing about digital addictions is that the internet is now an opt-out technology. You have to make a conscious decision to opt out and be different and isolate yourself. In the mid-20th century, cigarette smoking was actually an opt-out technology. If you were a young person, you were considered weird if you didn't smoke. It was normal to smoke. Now cigarette smoking is an opt-in technology. You have to be different. You have to go against the grain. It's stigmatized. People will look askance at you if you smoke. That's one of the ways that you can deal with an addiction or a potential addiction is to try to make it an opt-in rather than an opt-out technology. Unfortunately, there are two things that you really can't get away from now, namely food and digital communication. I certainly don't mean to imply that all smartphone use or all social media use is addictive. That's silly. But there is a spectrum of use and there is a spectrum of consumption.